everybody, and welcome to Good Morning Sri Lanka once again. And I am Vasam here on MTV Sports, and I've got a special guest in the studio this morning. But before that, if you were watching the previous shows, you would have noticed that we've done a lot of shows in terms of a lot of motivational shows on guiding you as to how to prepare your New Year resolutions and stuff here in the past, especially around January. We did quite a few shows on New Year resolutions, and today I am actually proud to be seated next to a gentleman who has been in the banking industry for about 12 years, and then back in 2013, early 2013, he made a New Year resolution saying that he's going to become a painter. And this morning, this studio, if you can see, is filled with a lot of paintings, and I have the artist right next to me. Good morning, Santosh.
Good morning, Vasa.
This is Santosh Veerakun. I'm proud to be next to you for actually believing in yourself and coming up with a number of fantastic paintings that are actually right next to me. So Santosh, good morning and thanks for being with us. So tell me, what made you suddenly think of a New Year resolution, like, you know, becoming a painter suddenly?
I knew I had the ability to do art, but before last year I had been doing all these charcoal and pencil sketches. So there's this year that you suddenly get an urge to do something that you knew that you wanted to do, so something different. So then so that's what I thought. So I thought I would want to do something different, and I want to just stretch myself. And since I've been doing charcoal sketches and pencil sketches, I just wanted to go explore into another field. So I had not tried paintings before.
Okay, hang on, I'm going to stop you there for a minute. Now you said charcoal sketches.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing charcoal sketches?
Charcoal, I've been doing it for about, say, 4 to 5 years.
4 to 5 years?
Yeah, but that also just very randomly. I would have done, during the past 4 to 5 years, I would have done about 8 to 10. I mean, you can just count it. So, and those also have just
nothing was like, you never seriously put effort into it, did you? Before 2013?
No, before 2013, no. Definitely I didn't put it. It was all on request, when a friend would just ask me, okay, could you do a sketch for me so that I could display it on my wall, something like that. So that's when I would do a charcoal sketch and just give it away. So then this last year, I wanted to do something, and I thought I'd come up with an exhibition. And that's when I wanted to explore oil painting, and I went through a few YouTube tutorials, and so then I started. So even I was amazed on how things were turning out.
Great.
And but what I didn't actually judge on is how long would an oil painting take to dry. So I knew I would need about 50 to 60 paintings if I want to do a serious exhibition. And but an oil painting actually takes about 3 to 4 weeks to dry.
Wow.
So so that's something, that's a challenge.
These paintings that are next to me are oil paintings, right?
These are oil paintings, yes.
Yeah. Actually, the one right next to you, that one's my favorite. The moment that came into the studio, you know how my eyes went to it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's definitely something that I'd like to put up on my room, at my place.
Yeah.
You know?
So I mean, this is an animal that I'd like. This is a tiger, probably because I like that animal itself, that I gave a little bit more attention on the details that came up with it. This was, I think it was a photograph, on which I came across on the net, and then I thought I might as well bring it onto a canvas. So it came out well. It's one of my favorites as well. Yeah.
I see. And what about the one we have right at the back?
This is actually I saw it on eBay, something similar. I saw a similar thing. So the subjects are actually drawn by palette knives and not by brushes. And it's a 3-panel drawing.
Palette knives.
Palette knives. So it's like it's sort of a knife.
Oh, okay.
So you would just take the paint on top and then just rub it out.
Wow. Yeah. All right.
So that's why you see the embossed effect on that.
Oh, I see it.
Another thing with the palette knives is the mountain range there.
This one right over here?
Yeah. You'd feel the emboss on it.
Yeah, actually, do you mind if I just touch it slightly?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, I can actually feel, you know, there's
texture.
like as if there's a texture and
like
layers and stuff.
So this actually took even more time to dry because there is a chunk of oil paint on top of it. And so it's, other than the background, the mountain range is done by palette knives.
Okay. And say apart from okay, leave aside the amount of time it takes to dry, to actually, get one of these done, to paint one of these. What is the process like? How long does it take?
Probably a max of 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours.
2 to 3 hours,
Yeah.
and you can get this
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
Wow.
But it depends. Now in something like this, there's a small bald eagle there.
Okay.
So I had to wait until the painting dry
Oh,
to add it up.
I see.
So other than that, in general, it will just take me about 2 to 3 hours to do a
okay,
painting.
now this is going to be a tricky one. Now, usually you do one of these paintings, and right in the middle of it, suddenly you feel like you've done a little mistake.
Okay.
What happens then?
It has happened. It has happened. It has happened.
Do you
once-
redo the thing, or
No, what I would try to do is I'd try to add something on top of it. So it has actually happened when I was drawing a valley and there was a sky on the side, and what I did was I messed up the sky, and I made the full thing a forest. So I covered the sky and added up a forest and a few leaves and a
Wow.
few branches. Yeah.
I see. Okay, I think we've also got some pictures, so let's put that up on the screen, and maybe you can take us through some of your work as well. There we go.
Yeah. This is.
Oh,
same
that's
thing
what we have.
Yeah.
We've got the original here in the studio. So that's the one we were talking about just now. It's actually quite nice, come to think of it.
Okay, thanks. This is from an actual photograph. I mean, you wouldn't think that the moon is
Wow.
quite big, but
That
in
is
the actual
painted.
photograph, yeah, it's painted. In the actual photograph, the moon is that big.
Oh, beautiful.
This is another knife painting.
Okay.
So there is no brushes in all in the full.
And what's behind this picture?
It's a flight.
Okay.
This I actually got it from a movie. I just saw the background in a movie. And this is a common
Parrot,
kingfisher. Yeah.
Oh,
This is a
kingfisher, okay.
Yeah, this is a common kingfisher.
Okay.
Another knife painting. This is the painting that I told that I messed up. So
okay, okay.
the left hand side of it was the sky originally.
Okay.
So and the right hand side was the planned painting. So I've added a little bit of green.
So
and a forest.
basically, based on your mess up, you've just kind of changed it around, and still made something out of it. Beautiful.
This is again a charcoal drawing. Yeah.
That's actually the first human element that I've come across from all your work so far.
Yeah.
Who is that?
This actually is meant to be Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay. Okay.
This is from a photograph that I've taken because I do wildlife photography,
Okay.
a little bit of bird photography. Same again. All these are from my photographs. So the photographs that I've taken of birds, I've done a charcoal drawing of the same
I
photograph.
see. So these are stuff you've done initially, the charcoal drawings and stuff.
Yes, before last year I've been doing charcoal drawings, but this particular bird sketches that you saw was for this calendar actually. Which
Oh, I
just
see.
did
Actually,
this,
we've got a calendar which you've done as well.
yeah.
And you said that you were doing a lot of photography.
Yeah, I do wildlife photography as well, and what I wanted to do is I wanted to make use of the photographs as well, and
these are the photographs.
yeah, these are all my photographs. So then I came up with this idea. I thought I would have my photographs and then I'd do a sketch of it and do a calendar with it. So I had a tight schedule. I just came up with this idea by mid-December. So it was about 2 to 3 weeks for me to get it done with. So I did within a short time span I managed to do it, and I did the computer editing on it as well, and
I
then
see.
gave it for printing. So
I see.
I'm happy with how it turned out.
I see. And also, there's I think one picture that we've missed, which is right in front over there.
Yeah, this is also another photograph actually. It's a photograph of dusk rather, and there are only about two to three colors rather. It's just the same colors. It's just shades of light and dark of the same color in the full painting.
I see. It's beautiful.
This is one of the initial paintings that I did.
See.
I think probably the second or the third rather.
We've got some of your work in which you've done in charcoal as well, some of the originals that you brought in the studio, and we can have a look at that also. But right now we're going to go in for a short commercial break, and we'll have a look at them as well. So don't go away. We'll be right back here on Good Morning Sri Lanka. Welcome back to Good Morning Sri Lanka, and I am with Santush Weerakoon, who has, if you were watching the last segment, you definitely have seen some of his work, and I'd say they are absolutely fantastic, especially for someone who just woke up overnight and decided to pursue painting very seriously. So maybe you guys need to be thinking of your New Year resolutions this year too. If you haven't already. I know it's mid-February, but it's still not too late. Anyway, Santosh, now looking at some of your previous, some of your work in the last segment, one thing I realized is the fact that I saw a lot of animals, and I saw a lot of scenery. And from, I mean, most of your work, which I've noticed, is basically on those lines. So, is that what you like doing the most?
I think all of my work are like that, other than maybe one or two portraits that I've done. Probably it's because when you draw something that you like, something that you love, there's much more. It comes out pretty well. So I like wildlife. I like nature, being close to nature and things like that. So probably that's why I choose to do animals, and mainly even sharks and Bengal tigers and leopards. And
actually right next to you we just brought in another oil painting, right? An oil painting which we thought was quite fascinating. It's a panther. Now if you notice, if you take the entire painting, it looks dark. But there's some beautiful detail on it when it comes to the eyes. The eyes stand out so much. It actually looks like a piece of work, you know. I love the way you've just brought out and highlighted the eyes of that panther.
Yeah, some comments that I got was that this looks a bit scary.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it looks beautiful.
Yeah, but what I find fascinating in all this, I think most of these predator animals is there's much more character. I mean, by nature they are predators, but they have much more character, and I mean, it looks as if they have much more personality. So I like to draw cats and tigers and most of these predators. Yeah.
And you also said that you did in lot of the cases you draw your inspiration out of photographs you've already seen, and you kind of try to replicate.
Yes, and probably some photographs that I have taken myself, I brought them down to canvas and paper as well. But if I need a photograph, I would even go and search for it. Say if I would need a Bengal tiger, I'd just go to the net and just look for a Bengal tiger that I would like to draw. So when I come up with something, I would just take a print out of it and then take it home and then do a charcoal sketch or maybe a painting of it.
We've got a charcoal sketch of this is a Bengal tiger, right?
This is a Bengal tiger.
This is a Bengal tiger. We've got a charcoal sketch of a Bengal tiger right next to me over here.
If you actually rub the sketch from the palm of your hand, you'll actually erase the whole thing.
Wow.
So there is a.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, you're not going to do that. But there is a protective glass. There's a mist glass. These are the sketches that I was talking about that I did about a couple of years back for my friends.
Santosh, the detail in this is just amazing. It's I mean I can just see like the detail on
yeah. So every all of those details is a stroke. So it actually takes a bit of time.
And we've got another charcoal drawing right in front of us.
Yeah, that's a leopard.
We've got lots of animals.
Yeah. So these two are what I did for a colleague of mine.
I see.
And I had to get back and just